Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss paper May June 2023 paper 1 2 और इसके हम remaining questions discuss करेंगे. Now this one is question number 6. Let's see. The diagram shows a sector OAB of a circle with center O. Angle AOB is equal to theta radian. This one is theta radian. And OP is equals to AP. So it means that these two lengths will be equal. OP is equals to AP. This length is the same and this is equals to x. Show that the arc length AB is 2x theta cos theta. Now first of all, let's see that what we have to find out. We have to find out the arc length, and the formula for the arc length is, now the formula for the arc length is S is equals to R theta. Now this is the formula, and what we have to do, we know that the angle theta is given to us. This is theta, but we don't know the radius, and the radius is from 0 to A. 0 to A is the radius. Now how to find this radius? First of all, we can clearly see, we can use this hint OP is equals to AP is equals to X. So we will use this concept, and let's draw the diagram. Let's draw the triangle. This triangle, let's say this triangle, and this triangle will be equals to, let's draw the diagram first. So let's draw the diagram. So this is the triangle, this is the triangle, OM and P, and we know that this angle is theta radian, and this height will be OP will be equals to O to P will be should be equals to X. Now we are interested in the distance of OM. Now here we can see that this distance is the base, so we can use cos theta. Now cos theta will be equals to, let's see in this triangle that we are interested in finding out the OM. So OM will be equals to cos theta, or this triangle will be equals to what? This will be equals to OM divided by hypotenuse, base into hypotenuse, which means that OM will be equals to what? This will be equals to X cos of theta. Now we know that OM is equals to MA, because this is the midpoint, and if it is the right angle triangle, it is given that it is the midpoint. So which means that as we are drawing it a perpendicular over here, so it means that it will divide the length OA into two equal lengths. So इसका concept बड़ा simple सा है, that if you have a straight line over here, and if you draw a perpendicular bisector, so it will divide this line into two equal parts. So that is why we are using this concept and finding out the value of radius. So OM is equals to MA. Now it means that if this length, if OM is X cos theta, then MA will also be equals to X cos theta, which means that we are interested in the radius. So radius OA will be equals to OM plus MA, which means that OM is X cos theta and MA is x cos theta. So we can add these two. So this will be equals to 2x cos theta. Now this is the radius, and now we can use the formula S is equals to r theta. So S is equals to r theta. Let's use this one. So S is equals to r theta, which means 2x cos theta into theta, because this is the radius and theta is the angle. So finally the arc length AB will be equals to 2x cos theta into theta. That's what we have to prove. This will be the final answer, and that's what we have to prove. You can see it here that AB is 2x theta cos theta. We can rearrange it, like we can write it like this: 2x theta cos theta. We can just change the order. So this will be the final answer. In part B, find the area of the shaded region APB in terms of x and theta. So it means that we have to find the area. So first of all, let's see the diagram. This was the diagram. Now from the diagram, we can clearly see that we have to find the area of the shaded region, which means that what we can do, we can subtract, we can write it over here, that the area of sector OAB minus the area of the triangle OPA. In other words, what we can do is we can directly find the area of one of the triangle and we can multiply it with 2. Or if you want to simplify it combinedly, so what we can do, we can use the formula of the area of this triangle, that is 1 by 2 into adjacent side into their included angle. So what we can do over here, that area of the sector, what is the formula for the area of the sector? And in the formula sheet it is given that area of sector of circle is this. So 1 by 2 r square theta will be the formula for the area of the sector minus area of the triangle. This must be equals to 1 by 2. Now here we can see we will use this angle theta. So it means that we have to use the length OA and the length OP. So area of the shaded region will be equals to, let me write it over here, area of the shaded, this will be equals to 1 by 2 r square. Now in the previous part we have discussed this thing that r will be equals to, let's see that thing, that the radius was equals to 2x cos theta. So we can use this thing, that this will be equals to, radius will be equals to 2x cos theta. So we can use that value and we can write it over here, that 2x cos theta into theta. Now the angle is theta over here. Okay, this must be square. Theta minus 1 by 2. Now this is the one, this must be equal to sine theta, because this is not the right angle triangle we are using. The OPA is not the right angle triangle. So 1 by 2 into adjacent sides into sine theta. So their included sine of their included angle. So we can use that OA will be equals to 2x cos theta, 2x cos theta into, now OP is what? O to P is x. So we can further simplify it. So this must be equals to 1 by 2 4x square cos square theta into theta minus, we can cancel out these two, so this will be equals to x square cos theta. Again we have missed this sine theta, so we have to write it over here. So this should be sine theta over here. Now this will be equals to sine theta. Now we can move further, we can simplify it. So from here we can see, we can cancel out these two, 2 ones are, 2 twos are. So this must be equals to 2x square theta cos square theta minus x square cos theta sine theta. Now we can take common, what we can take common, that should be equal, that should be cos square x square cos theta. We can take this common, so here this will be 2 cos theta minus, here what will be the answer, x square is common, x, then here this there must be sine theta. So now this will be the final answer. We don't know the values of x and theta, so it means that the area of the shaded region, no need to write it again, let's copy it from here. So this will be the final answer. We can say that this will be the final answer. We cannot further simplify it as we don't know the values of x, we don't know the values of theta, and if we know the value, we can we have, then we have to find the area in terms of a numerical value. So in this case, in this particular case, this will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to question number 7. So question number 7, by expanding cos theta plus sine theta whole square, find the three solution of the equation cos theta plus sine theta whole square is equals to 1. Now what we can do is we can simplify it. We can simplify it like this is cos theta plus sine theta whole square. Now first of all we have to expand it. So now a plus b whole square is equals to a square. Now this is a, so cos square theta plus 2 cos a b plus b square sine square theta is equals to 1. Now from here we can clearly see, we know the formula, one formula, that is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So it means that we can rearrange it like this: cos square theta plus sine square theta plus 2 cos theta sine theta is equals to 1. Now this whole portion will be equals to 1, which means 1 plus 2 cos theta sine theta is equals to 1. If we rearrange it, so this will be equals to 2 cos theta sine theta will be equals to 0. Now what does it mean? It means that either we have cos theta is equals to 0, or sine theta is equals to 0. Now from here we can find out theta will be equals to cos inverse of 0, and from here this will be equals to theta will be equals to sine inverse of 0. Now from here what we will get? We will get theta is equals to, let's find out the values, but keep this thing in your mind that here the range is in radian because it is from 0 to pi. Let me write it over here, from 0 to pi. So which means that we have, our calculator must be in radian mode. This is a very important and very tricky point. जो mostly students ने पेपर में मिस किया होगा. So we can say that mod, you have to first convert the calculator in the radian mode. So here the radian is at 4. Now the calculator is in the radius mode. So shift cos inverse of 0. This will be equals to 1 by 2 pi or pi by 2. So we can write it over here, pi by 2. Now here theta will be equals to, let's see the sine, what about the sine inverse? So shift sine inverse of 0. So this will be equals to 0. Now this will be equals to 0. Now as in the question it was given that we have to find 3 solutions of the equations. When they say 3 solutions of the equations, then we have to add pi in each one of these. Like here we can see that the first answer is pi is 0. So 0 means when they say 2 solution, we have to complete one round. Now when they say 3 solutions, so then we have to add plus pi in both of the solutions. So here this is the first solution, which means that, let me write it separately. The first solution will be 0, the second one will be the pi. So it is in now it is in the given range, so we can include these two. But let's see the pi over 2. So shift pi divided by 2 plus pi, so it will be equals to what? 3 by 2 pi. So 3 by 2 pi is out of this range, so we will not include this one. Now let's see the values. So from here what we can do, now usually what we can do is we have to check, we have to reconfirm this portion, that see for angle, whenever we want to find out the angle, we have to use this form, that where is sine positive, where is sine negative, where is cos positive, where is cos negative. So but here for this case we can directly say that theta will be equals to 0, then pi by 2, and then pi. So this will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. This will be the final answer. No need to perform this operation, but here we can clearly see that if sine is, here we can see that cos is 0. So cos is 0 means that this will lie, cos 0 means the angle is 0 over here. So here we can see that this will be the 0 angle. So for 0 angle we don't need to do much working for regarding this. So we have to directly say that this will be the final answer. Let's move to the next question. Next part is, hence verify the only solution of the equation cos theta plus sine theta is equals to 1 for 0 is less than theta less than pi. So this is the range given to us for the previous part, 0 and pi by 2. Now what we can do, as they said that this is the solution. So what we can do, we know the value of theta. Theta was previously, we have find it out, like it was 0, pi by 2 and pi. So let's check it, let's see it one by one. That we know that equation is cos theta plus sine theta is equals to 1. So first of all, let's put theta is equals to 0. So for theta is equals to 0, cos theta, this must be cos 0. Now we have to put, first of all, we have to put theta is equals to 0, and then theta is equals to pi by 2, and then theta is equals to pi. Now for the first case, cos 0 is 1 plus sine 0 is 0. So 1 is equals to 1. So it means that this is what we have to do. We have to verify. So it means that this has been verified. Now let's move to second one, cos pi by 2. So please keep this thing in your mind that your calculator must be in radian. So cos pi by 2, let me write the whole equation so that it would be easier for us. Cos pi by 2 plus sine pi by 2, shift pi by 2. This will be equals to, let's find out the whole answer. This will be equals to 1. So from here we can write it as 1 is equal to 1. But keep this thing in your mind that you have to show your working. So for working, what we can do, we know that cos pi by 2 is equals to 1. So 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 is equals to 1. So this is also verified. Let's see the third part. That is pi. Now we know, although we directly know the values, but we can use the calculator also. So here we can write it as pi, and this cos will be equals to, this must be equals to pi. So this will be equals to minus 1. This is a very important point, that this is minus 1. So we know that cos pi will be equals to minus 1. Cos pi will be equals to minus 1, and sine pi will be equals to 0. So this must be equals to minus 1 is not equals to 0 or 1. So it is not verified. It is not verified. So from the given working, we can clearly see, let's see the question again, that they said, hence verify that the only solution of the equation are 0 and pi. So 0 and pi means these two will be the solution, and we can see from our working that 0 and pi by 2 is verified, that this is the final solution. So we can say that our final answer must be like, hence verified or proved that 0 and pi by 2 is the only solution, are the only solution. So this will be the final answer. Let's move to the next question. Now the next question, part B, is prove the identity. Let me write it over here, that this is sine theta divided by cos theta plus sine theta. then plus 1 minus cos theta divided by cos theta minus sin theta is equals to cos theta plus sin theta minus 1 whole is divided by 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Now, first of all, what we can do is we have to simplify it using the basics. And the basic thing, let's see the right hand side, left hand side. We will choose the left hand side. So for the left hand side, we can write it as, we can take the LCM. So this will be sine theta into cos theta minus sine theta plus this will be 1 minus cos theta into cos theta plus sine theta whole is divided by cos theta plus sine theta into cos theta minus sine theta. Now we know the formula. Okay, let's see. Let's multiply this one. So this will be equals to sine theta cos theta minus sine square theta plus, now what we can do over here, we have to multiply 1 with this. So this will be cos theta plus sine theta, and then we can have to multiply minus cos theta with this one. So this will be minus cos square theta minus sine theta cos theta. And in the denominator, we can use the formula, the identity. That identity is a square minus b square. So a square minus b square is equals to a plus b into a minus b. So we can write this one as, this should be equals to cos square theta minus sine square theta. Now we can simplify it further. So first of all, let's see that we can write it as, we can cancel out these two. So let's cancel these two, this one and this one. So now this will become minus sine square theta minus cos square theta and plus cos theta plus sine theta. So this will be plus cos theta plus sine theta whole is divided by cos square theta minus sine square theta. Now we know the formula. One is sine square theta is equal plus cos square theta is equals to 1. This is the identity. If we rearrange it like we know that in the denominator we just need what we need. We need in the right hand side, we can clearly see in the right hand side, in denominator we just need sine theta. So sine square theta will be equals to 1 minus cos square theta. Now let's put the values over here. So in the first two terms we can take minus 1 as common. So this will be equals to sine square theta plus cos square theta plus cos theta plus sine theta whole is divided by now this one is, we can see that sine square theta is equals to 1 minus cos square theta, and similarly cos square theta will be equals to 1 minus sine square theta. So we can replace it over here. So this will be equals to cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sine square theta minus sine square theta as it is. Now sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1, which means 1 into 1 plus cos theta sine plus sine theta. Let me correct this one. So this one is plus sine theta divided by 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Now from here we can see that this will be equals to minus 1 plus cos theta plus sine theta all is divided by 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Now we know that this was the right hand side, so we can write it as cos theta plus sine theta minus 1 whole is divided by 1 minus 2 sine square theta. This was the right hand side and hence proved. Let's move to the next question. Let's move to the part C. In part C, that using the result of second part of A and B, solve the equation this one. Now let's see the results of these two. So we have to use these two results. So what we can do, first of all, we can rearrange. We know that in part B, this whole thing is equals to this one. Okay, this was in the part B. So we can write it as, we can further write it as, if we want to simplify it, we can write it as, just simply rearrange it. So this will be equals to, this is the answer of the part B, by the way. Now this will be equals to cos theta plus sine theta minus 1 whole is divided by 2 into cos theta plus sine theta minus 1. This will be equals to, simply cross multiply it. So this will be equals to 2 sine square theta. Now from here we can clearly see that these two values are same. So we can cancel out these two. We can cancel out this one with this one. So 1 by 2 is equals to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. So from here we can write it as 2 sine square theta will be equals to 1 minus 1 by 2. So 1 minus 1 by 2. Let's see this thing. 1 minus 1 by 2 will be equals to 1 minus, let's say, 0.5. So this will be equals to 1 by 2. So 1 by 2, so which means that from here we can say that 2 sine square theta will be equals to 1 by 2, which means that sine square theta will be equals to 1 by 4. Now what we can do from here? From here we can write it as, let's move it to, let's move it to this place so that we can see our working. Okay, now we can see that sine square theta is equals to, sine square theta is equals to 1 by 4. Now what we have to do, we have to take square root. So this will be, take square root on both sides. So this will be equals to sine theta will be equals to plus minus 1 by 2. Whenever you remove the square, you have to write plus minus with the answer. So from here we can say that we will have two answers. The first one is sine plus sine theta. Sine theta is equals to 1 by 2, and the second one is sine theta is equals to minus 1 by 2. So from here we can say theta will be equals to sine inverse of 1 by 2, and from here theta will be equals to sine inverse of negative 1 by 2. Now from here just calculate the values, but keep this thing in your mind that your calculator must be in the radian mode, because here you can see that the range of the angle is from 0 to pi. So your calculator must be in the radian form, otherwise your answer will not be the correct answer, will not be the right answer. Now as we can see here, you can see here that the calculator is in the radian mode. So let's say shift sine inverse of 1 by 2. So this will be equals to what? This will be equals to pi by 6. So theta will be equals to pi. 1 theta will be equals to pi by 6. Now what, let's say the other one. The other one is sine inverse of minus pi by 2, minus 1 by 2. This will be equals to minus 1 by 6 pi. So let's say theta will be equals to minus pi by 6. Now here we have to use this strategy, that is CAST. Now here we can see that here the sign is positive as well as sign is negative. It means that our angles will lie in all of these quadrants. Now how we can find it out? We can find it out like, now here there must be pi by 6 for positive one, and here this will be pi by 6. This will also be pi by 6. So we have to we need these two angles, this angle and this one. So what we can do, this is the one answer, and now let's see the other one. The other one, this whole angle will be equals to, this one will be equals to, theta will be equals to pi minus pi by 6. So this will be equals to 5 pi by 6. So this will be the other answer for the angle. Now let's see the other one this way. Now what does it mean? It means that for the second case, we can say that, let's say here the sign is negative. So sign negative means CAST again. Now sign is negative in these two quadrants. This is the one quadrant, so this angle will be of pi by 6. This one will be the other quadrant, and this angle with the horizontal line with the x-axis will be pi by 6. So now we need these two angles. So how we can find it out? We can say that this is pi by 6, this is the one answer, negative pi by 6, and this whole angle will be equals to, let's say this whole angle will be equals to what? This will be equals to, theta will be equals to pi plus pi by 6. So theta will be equals to 7 pi by 6. Okay, now from here, please keep this thing in your mind that these two values are out of the range. The range is between 0 less the range of the theta is 0 to pi. So this is not within the range. This one is also, let's see this one. Is it in the given range? Yes, it is in the given range. So we can say that, and this one is also not in the given range. This one is not in the given range between 0 to pi. This one is also not in the given range. So our final answer will be this one and this one. Now this is a very important point here. Here you will lose 1 mark if you will not show your working, and you will not say that these two are not in the range. Okay, so you have to show your working for 7 pi by 6 also and minus pi by 6 also. But this is not the final answer. So your final answer will be as it is in the given range. So your final answer, so this will be the final answer. So we will say that theta is equal to pi by 6 and theta is equal to 5 by 6. These two will be the final answer. Let's move on to the next question. Now this is the next question, that on the diagram draw the sketch the graph of y is equal to f inverse of x. So first of all, we can clearly see that this is the graph of y is equals to f of x. So which means that the inverse must be somewhere here. So this will be the graph of y is equal, because we can see that. So we can see that if this is the graph of y is equals to f of x, so this must be the graph of y is equals to f inverse of x. So let's write this one over here. So y is equals to, this will be this red line will be the graph of y is equals to f inverse of x. Let's move to the second part, next part. In the second part, they said find an expression of f inverse of x. So let's say that f of x is equals to this thing. Let me write it over here. So this is f of x. So which means that the very first step for inverse is, we can write it as y is equals to 3 plus 2 sine of 1 by 4 sine of 1 by 4 x. Now what we can do, we can rearrange it. So we can write it as y minus 3 is equals to 2 times sine of 1 by 4x, because we want to make x as the subject. Y minus 3 whole is divided by 2 is equals to sine of 1 by 4 x. So finally we can rearrange it like this. So this will be equals to 1 by 4 x is equals to sine inverse of this thing, sine inverse of y minus 3 whole is divided by 2. So from here x will be equals to, so for inverse we have to make it a subject, make x as the subject. So x 4 sine inverse of y minus 3 divided by 2. So our final answer will be f inverse of x will be equals to 4 sine inverse of y minus 3 whole is divided by 2. So this will be the final answer. This will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to the next. In part C, the diagram above shows part of the graph of this. Complete and sketch of the graph. Now first of all, let's see that we have to use, we can see that g of x is equals to, let me write it over here, g of x is equals to, now that is g of x is equals to 3 plus 2 sine of 1 by 4 x. Now we can see that the range is from minus 2x to plus x. So what we have to do, we have to simply make a table over here, just like we did in functions of O levels. So what we have to do, we have to put the values of x and we will get the value of g of x. Now let's suppose the value of x must be from minus to pi, and then the next value must be, you can see here that let's say the next value will be minus pi, and then the next value will be 0, then the next value must be pi, so that it will clarify the graph, it will clearly sketch, it will help us to clearly sketch the graph. Now let's say the next value must be 2 pi. This must be 2 pi. Now let's calculate it. So now let's put the values of x in this one. Now again, the important point is that you have to convert your calculator into the radian mode. Now equation is 3 plus 2 sine of what? Sine of 1 by 4, 1 by 4, bracket close, minus 2 pi. So this will be equals to, we can see that this is equals to 1. So 1 will be somewhere here, so this will be the point. Now let's change the value. So here we can see that this is 1. Now minus pi. So let's remove this one. So minus pi in the same equation, this will be equals to 1.58. So 1.58 means that this is 1.58. So it means that this will lie somewhere here. Now the next one is 0. Let's say that this thing is 0. So this will be equals to 3. So so you can see that it will be somewhere below the pi, because the value of pi is 3.14. So 3 mean it will just below the pi. Now similarly, the next value is at 0, it's 3. The next value is pi. So simply write it pi here, shift pi. So this will be equals to 4.4. So 4.4 means that this will lie somewhere here. 4.4. Now next one is 2 pi. So simply write 2 over here. So this will be equals to 5. So we can see that this will lie somewhere here. So this will be the very basic way of sketching the graph which we have done in O levels. Now let's see the next one. Complete the sketch. This is the first part. That complete the sketch. We have completed it. Now these black points are just reference points to plot this graph. Now sketch the graph of g of x on the diagram and above, and then explain whether the function has an inverse or not. Now we know that whenever we have 1 function means that for one input there must be one output. So for 1 function, the inverse is possible. Now from here we can, and there is another simple way of verifying it, that what we can do is simply draw a vertical line, or you can say a horizontal line test. A vertical line test, you can say that if you draw a vertical line, you will see that it will not intersect the curve at one point, at more than 1 point. So it means that this is a 1 function. So we can say that here that inverse is possible because it is a 1 function. So inverse is possible, or it has the inverse. Yes, it has the inverse because it is a 1 function. It is a 1-1 function. We have practiced it in case of domain and range, that whether whenever we have to define the domain or range, we used this thing to identify that whether the inverse exists or not. For this case, inverse is possible because it is a 1-1 function. So this will be the final answer. Let's move on to the next part, part D. Now the part D is describe fully a sequence of three transformations which can be combined to transform y is equals to sine of x to the graph y is equals to f of x, making clear the order in which the transformation is applied. Now we can see here that in the previous part we have discussed that this was the portion we are interested in. This is the portion we are interested in. So we can just copy it over here. Okay, so from here we can clearly see that in the previous part we have seen this thing, that we have to transform, this is the final answer and we have to transform it we have to describe this transformation. Now we can see here that now how we can describe this thing. So now we can see that this is the translation, vertical translation. This shows that this is the translation. This is the translation. This 3 is the translation, and this will represent the vertical stretch because 2 is multiplying over here. So this is vertical stretch because it is multiplying with the function vertical stretch, and sine of 1/4 pi. This one is the horizontal stretch. This one is the horizontal stretch because it is multiplying with the parameter x. So this is horizontal stretch. Now from here we can see, we can write it as that this must be first of all we have the horizontal stretch with stretch factor 4, because horizontal stretch may we have to divide it with the scale factor must be 1 by a. So here if we convert it, so we can say that, let me write it over here in point wise. So this is a horizontal stretch, or we can also define the vertical stretch first to maintain the order. So this is a vertical stretch of with stretch factor or scale factor with vertical stretch of with stretch factor or scale factor is 2. Then we have the horizontal stretch with the of scale factor is 4 because it is of 1 by a for horizontal stretch. And the third one is that this is a translation. This is a translation, or we can say the vertical translation. So vertical translation, we can say that this is a vertical translation, vertical. So, and the translation matrix for this one must be equals to 0 and 3 because on y-axis it's positive 3. So this will be the final answer. We have described this one We have described this transformation, so this will be the final answer. Now that is it for today's class. So today we have discussed from question number 5 to question number 8. In the next class we will discuss the remaining questions. If you will have any question, you can ask it in the comment section. So thank you. Thank you. And if you have missed the lesson, if you have missed the previous lesson, you can see the link in the description.